Greetings, and welcome to S-Class Gaming. My name is Danny, and I'll be giving you my first impressions on the newly released Doom. In this video, I'll be covering the graphics, sounds, and gameplay in Doom, and we'll be briefly mentioning multiplayer and the map creator mode Snap Map, but primarily focused on the campaign. When watching this video, keep in mind that these are only first impressions and my full review will be coming out in the near future. Alright, without further delay, let's get started. When starting up the game, you are presented with 3 different game modes: multiplayer, campaign, and Snap Map. Taking a quick peek into multiplayer, if you played the beta, you will see a lot of familiar things, but with additional game modes and weapons. Among the new game modes are Soul Harvest and Freeze Tag. In Soul Harvest, the objective is to kill your enemies and harvest their souls. The team with the most harvested souls wins. And in Freeze Tag, you freeze your enemies and thaw out your teammates, and the first team who freezes the other one entirely reigns victorious. New guns you'll find on the roster are the Chain Gun, Burst Rifle, Hell Shot, Combat Shotgun, and the Static Rifle. And new grenades on the list are the Telsa Rocket, Siphon Grenade, Shield Wall, Threat Sensor, and Hologram. At first glance, it looks like Doom multiplayer fans are going to be spending a lot of time progressively earning weapons, hack modules, taunts, medals, and customizations for the characters and weapons, while also completing challenges and bumping up their stats and commendations, and exploring the new multiplayer match modes. It's nice to see that Bethesda has made multiplayer in such a way that players will always have something to unlock, progress at, and improve. Now briefly veering our attention to Snap Map. Snap Map gives players the opportunity to create, download, and share customized multiplayer maps. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure that this is the first game mode of its kind on PlayStation 4, which means that for the first time ever, PlayStation 4 users will be able to experience customizable multiplayer maps for a first-person shooter, which sounds very exciting and offers loads of possibilities. Now getting into what I believe is the bread and butter of Doom, the campaign. And so far, to say the least, it's awesome. The graphics are fantastic. They really immerse you into the world of Doom. Bethesda went all out, even down to the finer details like the loading and menu screens. They're all very visually appealing. But taking a look at something more exciting, the view of the Martian planet makes you feel like you're actually on Mars. The enemies in Doom are very detailed and quite scary looking. I'm only 4 missions into the game and have already encountered a variety of them. And the gore in this game is through the roof. Very realistic. And the way these creatures murder you makes for an intense and scary experience. The sounds in Doom are high quality, and the level of detail Bethesda put into it really adds to the realism of the world. And the critical health queue is very distinguishable in battle. And the gun blasts are very satisfying, especially the rifle and the shotgun. However, this far into the game, the music is rather average sounding, and just does not compare to the original soundtrack. But maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part, because how could you possibly live up to such standards? But I just loved how back in the day, you could jam out while slaughtering demons. In my opinion, on top of the demon slaying and gunplay, it was the music that brought everything together perfectly in the original series. But in this new Doom, they did not deliver. At least that's what I'm seeing so far. Moving forward, the gameplay in Doom is fast, fluid, demonic, bloody, shoot 'em up action. And in this aspect, they excel. Starting the campaign, you are given a choice between 5 difficulty modes: I'm Too Young to Die, Hurt Me Plenty, Ultra Violence, Nightmare, and the 5th one being locked, Ultra Nightmare, which is basically very hard, hardcore mode, where dying means your progress is terminated. However, the normal difficulty, Hurt Me Plenty, is no walk in the park. It had me dying and learning from my mistakes, but it isn't too difficult where I couldn't progress at a steady pace, making the game challenging, yet enjoyable. And of course, the harder difficulty options are there for the veteran players who are up for the challenge. As I mentioned, Doom is very fast-paced. When battling it out with demons, you'll be constantly moving, unleashing havoc, unloading your arsenal of weapons. And slowing down can mean that you get barraged by enemy attacks, quickly going from full health to no health. This makes for some pretty frantic and intense battles. Killing an enemy sometimes drops ammunition. However, chainsawing one drops loads of it. It's a mechanic in Doom that you should use if you're running low on ammo. In Doom, your health runs out quickly, but enemies drop health items quite often, so replenishing it is never a problem, as long as you can manage to kill a couple of enemies. This makes for some pretty fluid gameplay, and keeps you focused on your objective instead of spending excessive time cowering for health packs. Progressing through the campaign feels rewarding. Encountering new enemies and visiting new environments is enticing. Throughout your journey, you'll be upgrading your weapons, armor, stats, and unlocking runes, which are like perks. Also, your next unlockable weapon is never too far around the corner. The menu system is great and easy to navigate. Your map is intricate, and pulling it up is instant, which makes finding your way around a breeze. That said, now would be a good time to mention that Doom is not exactly linear. It's linear in the sense that you go from mission to mission, but when you enter these missions, they're like mini open worlds, where you're free to explore and find collectibles, special items, and secrets. And if you missed an item, you're free to return to that mission to find it at a later time. This is great for those hardcore completionists, and just adds hours to the time spent in the Doom world. So far I'm having a blast playing Doom. The multiplayer is alright, and offers loads of content, but I feel like it's set up too closely like Call of Duty, which, when playing it, just makes me want to play Call of Duty. But the Snap Map is a huge addition, so I'm definitely going to give the whole multiplayer spiel a go, and let you guys know my opinions on it in my full review. But for a player like me, who bought the game for the campaign, I feel like Doom is excellent. It just feels great, running around in total chaos, shredding demons into pieces. And hearing your shotgun blast over and over and over again is very, very satisfying. And now that I'm done with this first impressions video, I'm looking forward to hopping on and doing just that. As a final note, I just want to remind you that these are only my initial opinions on Doom, and they are subject to change after I get a full grasp of what Doom has to offer. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this content, and let me know what you think about Doom in the comments section below. I look forward to hearing what you have to say about the game. And as always, thank you for watching. This is Danny from S-Class Gaming. Have a beautiful day.